Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. I'm back with this little cutie patootie. Yeah, this is episode number 2. How y'all doing? I'm excited to be back, and I'm excited to be doing this. It was a deep, deep, deep meditation yesterday, especially after my family left and gave me such good feedback, y'all, about the first episode. They sat here and watched it with me. Um, and so they had questions, about the book, and that's where I'm going to go today. Just why did I write this book? I wrote this book, y'all, and I have a little script here because I don't want to be on here doing all that hollering. I don't want to be on here, y'all, doing all that hollering. Ain't got the energy for that. I don't like to get on, YouTube and people be hollering at us. And then I was doing the same thing. But I still might holler a little bit. I still might holler a little bit. Ain't gonna lie with you. I might holler a little bit. But I got some anti-hollering, I got a CBD supper, and it's gonna keep me calm. How about that? But right when I write this book, yeah, I wrote this book because I got tired of hearing people talk about the healing journey. The healing journey is too damn long. I think plantation psychology sold us the healing journey as a noun. That if you do this, then you're there. Almost like the American dream. If you do this, now it's the American dream. Ain't no such a thing. Ain't no such a thing in my hoppo voice. It's impossible. The healing journey is way too long. I don't think we can ever get there until we're on the other side. And I definitely don't think that America is set up for black people to be healed and whole. However, fam, we can be well. And that's what my book is about. Is how do we count wellness today? Not necessarily healed, but wellness. We're going to make this shit count. We're going to make the small stuff big for real. And let's look at the operational definition of healing. I would ask my clients, like, what does healing mean to you? And they would say things like, when I stop having flashbacks, when I stop getting angry and depressed, and people would say, I'm taking my medication, Kelly, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and I still feel, the way I feel. So then I started thinking, a lot of this stuff that's coming up ain't got a lot to do with your past, but it's got a lot to do with you working 3 jobs, shit, and can't afford your rent. Come on now. A lot of this got to do with, you working on a job where you got to remain suppressed emotionally in order just to eat. How you going to be healed in that? Can you imagine your nervous system? A lot of the reason why you can't be healed, and this is some of the feedback I got, yesterday, like, cuz that was good, but I don't know if the church going to like that. Well, let me say something to you, church. He that hath an ear, let him hear. He that hath an ear, let him hear. Now, let me tell you what my guidance told me. My guidance includes the Holy Ghost, God, universe, pick one. Holy Ghost told me to apply pressure even to the church. Because the church is also a system that teaches emotional suppression or the spiritual bypass. And I talk about this, in my book, that I was working with a nurse that worked at Regional 1 and went to a local church, in Memphis, a large church. And this is a long time ago. I never forgot this. And she said at Regional 1, the med, she worked in a trauma unit. And you could hear, she knew the difference between a gunshot wound, that wail or cry, or a stab wound, that wail or cry, because of the sound of the pain. And she said that she was in prayer meeting one night at her church and hearing the saints lament and cry out to God. And she was like, my God, this sounds like the med. These are people that are in pain. This is trauma. And I'm like, yeah. And the church does not have the tools. They are not equipped to deal with it. So after that session with her, I went right to work, y'all. I wrote a curriculum, invited nothing but pastors to come and train with me. And some of them, showed up, of course. Come and train with me. Let me first help you with your trauma because you are responsible for our healing, bro pastor, bro bishop. So let me, as a trained, skilled clinician, help you with your trauma so you can go help the parishioners so I won't be tired as hell. My nervous system won't be tired as hell because I know the saints getting what they need in Memphis at the church. I invited pastors, to show up, did my warm up, the intervention that I created, and it was cool. It was cool. What I did see though was how many pastors had a hard time stepping into their own woundedness. That was heartbreaking. I did see that, and I've spoken to several, churches in Memphis. Been a part of a few churches in Memphis. And where I'll go, I'll talk about this more on my channel. But unless you have emotional literacy and emotional health, your spiritual hygiene stinks. If you cannot identify what it is that you feel and investigate the belief attached to that feeling, then your spiritual hygiene is not intact. You're probably disconnected with God. And really, you can't even trust a God with your emotions if you've never felt emotionally safe in your own body. So the BlackWell Theory is about allowing those emotions and feelings, emotions, energy in your body, feelings are how we name it, but allowing it to come up as activators and indicators, not the truth about who we are. Because when we allow a feeling to determine who we are, we start, or let me say this. If I feel a feeling I don't like, and I internalize that to say that I'm weak, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm going to go out here and behave weak, stupid, and dumb shit. All because of, again, let me go back to y'all, a bubble. Feeling just a bubble. That's all that, just a bubble. So I'm going to sign off with this, y'all. From the feelings wheel. This is what came up. And I ain't doing a whole lot of hollering today. I'm only doing y'all. Was the word critical. And I was thinking that I didn't want to do this video because I didn't want to start this channel because I don't want people to be critical of me. Like, who she thinks she is. But shit, I'm past that. When you start meditating, get connected with the divine. And let me say this. I have an relationship with God. Relationship. Not relationship. Relationship is I am directly connected to the divine. I realized that's what I was doing out there in nature, the way I could meditate for hours. And that relationship is one of elevation, illumination, resonance, embodiment. So that direct connection, now I am charged with the pure and sheer love and acceptance I draw from that. I am charged to enact that, embody that in a relationship with humans. So I'm bringing my relationship, I put it in written form in order to enhance our relationships. Because black folks, we need each other now more than ever, y'all. Something is coming. He that has an ear, let him hear. Something is coming. I don't know what it is, but it's going to require us to be tuned in and tapped into our emotional compass. The emotional compass is not filtered through your pastor, the news, your professor, your own unique, innate knowing and being. So many of us don't have a clue who we are. We're still out here being who they told us we were, who grandmama told you that you should be, who mama told you that you should be. And yeah, they got you here, but you probably feeling the breakdown in your body. That ain't getting ready to sustain you for what's coming. I know y'all feel it. I know y'all feel it energetically. And so I'm called as one of the chosen ones that I am to offer this book, to offer what I have for our wellness. We ain't trying to heal no more. And in my book, the way I say it, bitch, I ain't trying to heal no more. We just trying to be well today. Because our feelings flood us all the time. I want to teach you how to manage those feelings, not mute them. White folks teach suppression, again, how to mute what you feel. Black people, y'all, we too expressive. And that's energy that we need out there. So, thank y'all for tuning in to episode 2. And I hope I want to holler too much. I love y'all so much. And And I thought about, got a weird, text today. Not weird, but God knows my heart, knows. But one thing you need to know about me, I am a woman of faith. I am a woman of faith, y'all. The way I've been able to acquire things, I've always been a manifester. Now I got the language and I know how to do it. But my last day officially working at the university will be end of October, which has been and then I want to go on and finish this PhD and promote this book. That's what I'm doing. My heart is to y'all out there that may never go to therapy, that ain't got time, and that ain't got time. But I want you to be able to turn to a page in the BlackWell Theory book and say, no, this is how we get ready to handle Ray Ray Pookie. But I'm not teaching you about Ray Ray Pookie. I'm teaching about you, big mama, grandmama, mama. Teaching you about you. Because when you can regulate and self-forgive and be compassionate, it's going to spill over to them babies. It is. I love y'all with the love of the Lord and Christ and Source and all of that. Be well.